Everyone has past life karma, whether they are aware of it or not. This is the accumulated energy of all our past thoughts, words, and actions. It's like a giant bank account that we're constantly adding to or withdrawing from. And just like a real bank account, past life karma can have a negative or positive balance. If we have more negative than positive past life karma, then we're going to experience more suffering in this lifetime. Conversely, if we have more positive past life karma, then we're going to experience more happiness. Past life karma is often seen as something negative that we need to get rid of. However, this isn't necessarily the case. Past life karma can actually be very helpful in our current lives. It can provide us with insight into our past lives and help us to understand our present situation. It can also give us a sense of direction and purpose in our lives. In addition, past life karma can help us to release energy blockages and traumas from our past lives. If we can learn to embrace our past life karma, it can be a powerful tool for personal growth and transformation. So now let's see how can we clear our past karma. Bad karma can keep us trapped in the same old patterns by drawing us toward the same type of people, events, jobs, illnesses, accidents, and unnecessary burdens. When we analyze our personal karma, we can break this karmic cycle. If you believe that you are suffering in your present life due to past karma, and you want to break that cycle to have a better future, following the below routines might prove to be really beneficial. Here are 7 things that we can do to clear our karma. 1. Identify your karma. Each of us is bound to unique karma that keeps us locked in unwanted circumstances. The first thing to do in reversing your karma is to identify the areas of your life that feel stagnant. Are you stuck in your career and can't seem to get the breakthrough you always wanted? Or are you in a relationship that just won't move forward? Have you been struggling in the same way with your family members for far too long? Engage in some self-reflection to understand your hurdles better and pinpoint where your problem lies. Journal the question, how did this all begin? This is the first step to untangling yourself from the karmic knots that are keeping you from achieving your true potential. 2. Sever ties with toxic people. Life is already complicated. Don't allow the wrong people to complicate it even further. If another person's energy does not align with yours and they seem to be constantly inflicting stress on you, do yourself the favor of letting go of them. You owe this to yourself. You don't have to create ill will between them and yourself. You need to simply distance yourself from them and do so as politely and respectfully as possible. It is important to set boundaries with people that bring you more harm than good. 3. Take responsibility of your mistakes. When you muster the courage to admit your own wrongdoings, you begin to feel your energy shift. It can be difficult to take responsibility, as no ego likes to accept blame. Start slowly by auditing your past mistakes and thinking about what you'd do differently if a similar situation was to arise again. This is not to suggest that you should feel guilty or dwell on your past. Just promise to act differently in the future if you are faced with such a circumstance again. 4. Nourish your spirit. Perform actions that nurture your spirit and invoke well-being. Go back and comfort your inner child by engaging in activities that feel good. Be in nature. Self-reflect every day. 5. Defy your weaknesses. We naturally think of ourselves as strong in certain aspects and weak in others. Maybe you are good at pleasing others but bad at speaking up for yourself. What you don't realize is that your weaknesses are actually your secret strengths. They define you just as much as your prized traits do. Don't become a victim to your vulnerabilities, as that will invite all kinds of karmic scenarios that play on your sensitivities. You should, instead, develop the courage to defy your negative traits and harness the reins of your karmic patterns. 6. Take new actions. Often we are so stuck in a certain state of being that we don't realize its drawbacks. Slow down to see if your set way of doing things is still benefiting you. If not, maybe it is time to modify your own behavior. Acting from a place of principle is the easiest and most underrated way to balance all karmic debt and generate positive karma. Be good, even when you are not expected to. If in doubt, act in a manner you would want others to act toward you. 7. Forgive everyone. Bad karma feeds off resentment and draws people toward you who give you even more reason to be resentful. Whenever you find yourself wondering why you can't escape the wheel of negativity, remind yourself that you avoid the truth and it is your emotions that keep reeling you back into similar cycles. Remember that when you truly forgive somebody, you also detach from the bitterness, anger, and frustration that you possibly harbored internally. Recognize that every person is battling with their own karmic struggles. The sooner you identify the source of your unsettled karma and act to resolve it, the sooner you will experience the miracle of liberation to fulfill the greater purpose of your life.